In 1902, a mysterious author by the name of SW Erdnase published what is believed to be the first true expository writing on the nature of art, ruse, and subterfuge, both at the gaming table as well as the drawing room, or in this case, the bedroom. But in that book, the author took what is commonly known to magicians as an ace assembly, and he transformed it into an epic struggle of rigid class distinctions. Now, with your permission, I'd like to perform how the author may have envisioned his routine performed 113 years later, with a little bit of license taken by me. I will explain that the original routine was called the Exclusive Coterie and was infused with lots of esoteric terminology, overwrought vocabulary terms, and archaic phraseology that will pass over the heads of the average audience member. My version, though, is, well, worse, I think, actually. Anyway. Erdnase contended that the four queens were of aristocratic origin, that when besieged by those of unequal station would covertly assemble elsewhere, thus no longer vexed by the ingratiating and simplistic conversations of their lesser associates. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, we will assume that these tiresome sycophants are actually a small throng of would-be suitors, which will be, of course, represented by the next 12 spot cards of considerably weaker stock. These contenders will seek to incrementally weaken the inhibitions of each of these damsels of the haute monde by seeking each a solitary interview with their preferred denizen of virtue, while at the same time deluding their rivals into believing in their own substantial viability on the romantic playing field. The first queen to contend with the approaches of rank outsiders is the Queen of Hearts. An expedient foray into the evening, our queen is dragged thus to the dance of the dispossessed, her escape quickly proving that one's partner is perhaps more important than the music itself. The Lotharios in the next estate, believing they can weaken the intentions of this blue-blooded baroness, set upon to hector the Queen of Spades, with the food and drink common to their multitudinous rank, and while this fair one would seem to be captivated or even absorbed by common ambiance, these wheat and barley attempts to subvert her protest only result in a startling, even stubbled greeting in the wings. Vociferously contending for the Queen of Diamonds, these erstwhile Don Juans make their own final appeal. They set upon this fair one in word and in deed, so enamored with themselves that her ethereal exit rests only in the very recesses of memory, conjured by the realization they have now but themselves now with which to strive. Erdnase's 1902 text places four courtly young women in a predicament quite similar to this one. Inundated by commoners, they quickly elude their subjugating peasant oppressors and reaffirm their preferred associations in a predictable and, moderately surprising fourth estate. My routine aims to do something quite the opposite. Erdnase's routine attempted to complicate the mechanisms of what was at its core a very simple routine. My goal was to do just the opposite, choosing rather to distill this convoluted monstrosity down to its original form, an assembly of the four aces. Thank you.